In the freezing night of 14th February 1942, deep in the Libyan desert, a German sentry peered into the darkness. Before he could react, British Captain David Lloyd Owen silenced him with a warning. That night, 18 men of the long-range desert group infiltrated a German fuel depot and vanished like ghosts, leaving behind timed explosives that would soon light up the sky. This was the reality of the most effective shadow force of World War II, the men who drove General Rommel to desperation. In early 1941, the Allies faced disaster in North Africa as German General Erwin Rommel seemed unstoppable. The British desperately needed intelligence on his movements, but conventional methods failed in the vast desert. Major Ralph Bagnold, an experienced desert explorer, proposed a radical solution. "Give me 30 men, and I will become Rommel's shadow," he demanded at Cairo headquarters on 3 July 1940. Within days, he assembled his team from unusual backgrounds: race car drivers, explorers, and big game hunters who could navigate by stars and repair vehicles with minimal supplies. Their first mission began on 13 September 1940, when 3 trucks carrying 11 men drove straight into the Great Sand Sea, an area German maps marked as impassable. Days later, a German observation post 400 miles behind their lines reported seeing ghostly vehicles before communications suddenly stopped. 1 week later, detailed maps of every German position arrived on British General Wavell's desk, containing intelligence so precise it included individual tank numbers. Mike Sadler, a navigator with the group, later said, "We became different creatures out there. After weeks behind enemy lines, you develop senses you never knew existed." Their modified Chevrolet trucks carried special sun compasses designed by Bagnold himself. At night, they navigated by stars with remarkable accuracy. They read the desert itself, measuring sand ripples to find safe passage and identifying suitable ground by vegetation patterns. They moved primarily at night when their engines ran nearly silent in the desert cold. In November 1941, Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Keyes led a small team on Operation Flipper, an attempt to assassinate Rommel himself. Though Rommel was not at the headquarters, they destroyed vital equipment and stole important documents before retreating. Keyes did not survive, but Rommel ordered a full military funeral with honors for him, a sign of unusual respect. In his private journal, Rommel wrote, "These desert ghosts are not men as we understand them. They appear from nowhere, strike with precision, and vanish." By 1942, the long-range desert group had a mythical reputation. German soldiers feared night duty, terrified of the sand demons that struck without warning. On 7 July 1942, Captain Jake Easonsmith led 14 men against a German fuel convoy of 25 trucks guarded by over 60 soldiers. David Russell, a team gunner, described waiting motionless in 120-degree heat for 3 hours. When the convoy stopped for rest at exactly 1:17 in the afternoon, they attacked from 3 directions simultaneously. Within minutes, 23 fuel trucks were burning, and the team had completely vanished. This single operation delayed Rommel's advance for 11 crucial days, helping Allied forces secure victory at El Alamein. The long-range desert group paid a heavy price for their success. Of the original 200 men, fewer than 80 survived the war. They operated with minimal medical support in hostile territory. Pat Clayton, one of the original officers, was captured in March 1942. When German interrogators demanded information, he reportedly said, "The desert keeps our secrets. And soon, it will keep yours." He was never seen again. After the North African campaign, many veterans mysteriously disappeared. Reports placed some living among Bedouin tribes, while others supposedly continued operating in the desert for years after the war ended. The group was officially disbanded in August 1945, their records sealed for 40 years. When finally made public, many contained strange redactions about unexplained phenomena witnessed in the desert. Before his death in 1996, Bagnold said of their success, "We did not just learn the desert's language. We became its voice." Even today, Bedouin guides in Libya tell travelers about ghost vehicles that sometimes appear on moonless nights, moving silently across the dunes, crewed by men with sand-colored skin and eyes that reflect starlight, a lasting legacy of the men who became known as the Desert Phantoms. If stories like the Desert Phantoms intrigue you, join XICPro for more untold historical missions and mysteries. We explore daring operations and hidden legacies. Share your thoughts below. Which historical enigma or figure should we uncover next? If you enjoy unraveling history with us, we would appreciate your support. Let us keep the conversation alive and journey through time together.